Hello and welcome aboard. This is Richard Hicks. I'm going to spend a few minutes walking you through ZenCall, the online dialer that we use. Then I will go over the script with you and point out a few things. Now, the fact that you are now listening to this means that you are considered to be an experienced salesperson. Therefore, I'm not going to try to teach you how to sell, but rather how to use the tools that we have provided. If any of this needs to be reviewed, you can easily rewind and play again. All right, what you're seeing here is your actual ZenCall login screen. Once you log in, and you will be given your login information and your password, but we simply log in. We have our headset plugged in with our USB connector into our computer. Once we're logged in and we're ready to go to work, we simply come up here to where it says prep work. There's a little drop down right here. By pushing the ready button, that will automatically start leads coming into your screen. And of course, once you get a screen pop, it's going to look like this. It will have all of this information filled in, and you will know who you're talking with, and you can go from there. Now, once we're through with a call, in order to disposition it, we go over here to log call and push the button once. Then we come over here and we would use the appropriate disposition. Now, our choices, which are pretty much self-explanatory, but not available, not interested, no recording. Now, what this means is that the person indicated they were not interested. You did not play the recorded message to them, as opposed to down here where you did play the recorded message and they still were not interested. So please use whichever one of these is applicable. The CS log you can ignore. Pending sale is what you will click when you've actually made a sale. The callback button up here, although it is a one call close, there are going to be times when you're going to want to log a callback. You can do that very simply by clicking one time onto here, and then it'll say callback time, 1 day, 15 minute, 30 minute, whatever you want to set it for. Or you could actually use a calendar by clicking here and then going over to the calendar and indicating whenever it is that you wanted to make this person a callback. Once you have made a callback, it will come back to advise you of it on the due time with a entry up here. And ignore this. This is something that my computer does when I have my headset plugged in. But up here will be your callback information. There'll be the name and the phone number. When you put the phone number in over here to the search column, it will actually bring up all of their data, and you can go ahead and make the callback at that point in time. Now, to use the phone for a callback, we can come down here to the phone status, and by simply mousing over, it will pop up. All you have to do then is just enter a number, click on the call, and it will call them the same as the telephone that you have in your house. Now, getting back to the information on here, well, of course, we also have the do not call, which is going to be the only times when someone's going to ask you to put them on the DNC. These people are not on the DNC to the best of our knowledge. However, if somebody indicates they don't want to be called again, just click the button and that will permanently disable them from being contacted again. Wrong number, answering machine. The answering machine, I really hate to have you wasting time with answering machines, so I've had the tech support people set this up for us on a real tight notification here, so that when it notices an answering machine, it will pretty much always disallow it from coming through to your computer. However, in doing that, there are going to be times where somebody is going to pick up their phone, they're going to say hello, and you are not necessarily going to hear them. However, if you see a screen pop, you see the person's name pop up into here and their address, etc., they are on the phone and they have already said hello, even though you might not have heard it. So just go ahead and proceed as if you did hear it. Now, as we go through the pitch, we get to that point where we want to turn on the recording. We can simply come down here and right here where it says Neurosen pitch. By clicking on that, that will actually start the recording. The recording will run its entire length, which is just short of 4 minutes, and then it will turn itself off, and during that time both you and the prospect are going to be able to hear it. You do have the ability to mute your headset if you choose. If you don't want to listen to the whole message, maybe you want to take a short break or something, you can take your headset off to avoid them hearing any other noises. You might want to click on the mute. It's up to you. But when it's all over, you go right back into the remainder of the pitch. Now, this information over here underneath where it says profile, the key code is going to be filled in. That's going to have information based on the where the prospect's name and so forth came from, the particular file. The amount over here is where you put the amount in once you've made the sale. So we're working on $139.95 and $7 for the shipping, so we're going to put in $146.95. Now, you've noticed by now on the script that there is a drop to a 1 bottle. If you have gone through that, you were not able to sell them the 3 bottle and you did sell them the 1 bottle, then be sure and put the correct amount in here. So that's going to be $71.95. Now the reason that we're doing that we're putting it in up there and nowhere else, is once you come down here and you put in the card number 123 etc., you're going to notice when you get it all done, if you still have this little triangle, that's telling you that this is not a good number. You should, when you get the number put in, you should have a green check mark. So if you end up with a triangle, have them repeat the number because there is something wrong with it. The expiration, you can just put in real simple, the CVV off of the back of the card, unless it's an Amex, and then I believe it's on the front of the card. So we're not going to put any amount down here or tax. We don't have a tax, and we're not going to use this column over here. So just remember, the card information is going to go into here. The amount's going to go up here underneath the profile. Now, one other important thing is be sure to ask if their billing address and their shipping address are the same. It will be the same in almost all instances, but if it's different, this is going to be the shipping address up here. So be sure you've confirmed with them that this is the correct address, because this is the address that their product will be shipped to them. And if their billing address is different, come down here, uncheck this, and put in their billing address here. This happens so rare that you might not ever encounter it, but it does come up sometimes. Now, once you have this information into here, you will come over here to pending sales and you'll double click it. And incidentally, all of these dispositions, you have to double click them. And what happens after you double click, whether it's a pending sale or anything else, is all of this information over here will then disappear from your screen and the next call will come in to you. So if you have just finished making a sale and for some reason you want to take a momentary break and you don't want another call to come in, be sure and come up here under prep work and put yourself on break. If you don't do that, you will get another call within a short period of time. Now that pretty much explains how to use all of this. If you have any kind of a problem, a technical issue, maybe your headset isn't connecting right or something, this does not happen often, but if it does, you're going to want to call ZenCall Tech Support. And you can reach them at 800-694-1049. Again, 800-694-1049, and that's extension 4. Now, one other number that you need to be aware of, after you have sold your customer and you're doing your wrap up with them, be sure that you give them the customer service number. Now, that customer service number is toll free 866-398-1005, extension 5. Again, 866-398-1005, extension 5. This is a very, very simple thing that we use here to make our calls with. Probably for those of you that have experience and you've worked with maybe Five9 or Whitel or some of these others, you're going to find this to be much, much simpler. Now, the other thing that I would like to touch base on for a moment here is the script. I have people out here who are using variations of this script. If for some reason you find that you can do it a little bit better with your personality by doing something a little bit different, then be sure you put it in writing and get it to me for approval. If it works, if there's no misrepping involved, I will approve it, but I do want to see it. But what we have found, for the most part, this works very, very well. If you follow it, you're putting a little bit of yourself into it. You're getting them to talk to you back and forth, a little two-way conversation. You get over here, turn the recording on, let the recording explain the product. Let the recording do the heavy lifting for you. Once that's over, then you can come back on and exhibit a little enthusiasm, your excitement, and go through and work towards the close. Now, one thing I do really want to make sure that everyone understands is the drop. If you get somebody that you just absolutely cannot get them on the 3 bottles, there's talking about the $139.95 just being too much, you can go into a drop for a single bottle. Now, when you're doing a drop, it always, always, always has to be done by will you if I can. You're not going to tell them that I can do this. What you're going to tell them is, if I can get this for you, are you ready to proceed? Are you ready to go forward? So you need a commitment that this price is what's stopping them, and then if you're going to go to your manager and seek a better deal for them, they have got to be ready to go forward. If you don't get that first, you will almost never ever be successful with a drop. But if you get that first, you've kind of backed them into a corner, and now they're ready to go, and you can succeed in that. Now remember, if you can't get the 3 bottle, which pays a $50 commission, you can still possibly get the single bottle, which pays a $25 commission, which is better than no commission at all. Okay, the next step is for you to notify me that you're ready to get started. So just give me a call at 828-278-0014, and I will then give you your login information. If you have any additional questions, please be ready to ask them at that time so I can assist you in making sure you have all of your questions answered before you get started. Thank you and good luck.